Hey, this is my first 5th generation battle, and it's with Richard. Alright, so I'll lead off with my Crustle, and he leads off with this Caracosta. I switch out, because I don't want to get hit by a water move. Set up my Ferrothorn, which resists water, so have a lot of pretty high defense. And yeah, doesn't do very much, so I scare him off with my thorns. He sends out his fire type. I use a stab grass move. It shouldn't do too much to his. Yeah, it doesn't do too much to his fire type. But he hurts me with the rocky helmet, which is an item that's holding. When I do when I make moves that make contact, rocky helmet hurts you. So I switch back into my Crustle, and he uses something, and I take a lot of damage. He outspeeds me again and knocks me out. And I'm like, oh, I didn't get to set up my entry hazards, because that's what my Crustle was gonna do. So I send out my my starter, my Samurott, and scare him off. He was gonna switch, so I didn't stick with the water move. I use a revenge. Does a little damage to this Zekrom here. Yeah, we're using a Zekrom and a Reshiram. This is our first battle, and we didn't really have much to use. So I switch back out to my Ferrothorn to take whatever he throws at me, and I resist the electric type pretty good from an Uber legendary here, which isn't bad. He switches out because he can't really do anything to me. Zekrom switches back to his fire type. Call a switch this time, so I didn't use a grass move and send out a gyro ball, which doesn't really do a lot of damage because of fire type resistance. But I get hit by a rocky helmet again, which is kind of wearing me down here. Switch back out to my water type to fight his fire type, and he calls a switch and he doesn't use a fire move. Brick breaks me. Does some damage. He switches again. Sends out his starter. Superior. I surf. Just cause that's my strongest move. Doesn't do too much damage to the grass type. Now I switch. Now I send in my legendary. My dragon. My blue eyes white dragon. And yeah, calls my switch. Doesn't use the grass move. Aerial ace. But doesn't do too much damage. So I scare him off. And he sends in his semi-pour. But I call the switch. And I use a Dragon Rage instead. That does pretty good damage. Half damage to his eye. Curvature from Shell Bell. And I switch. Send back in my Ferrothorn to sponge out whatever he's throwing at me. Should be a water move. Yeah. But I get burned. Which kind of sucks, because this is my defense guy. This is my wall. Now he outspeeds me using acrobats, but it makes contact. So I hurt him with some iron barbs, the ability on Ferrothorn, and the rocky helmet that I was holding. So my Ferrothorn goes down, but not without doing some damage, which is good. I'm gonna switch out to my what is this? Zeepstrika, yeah, Zeepstrika, and I scare him off. Sends back in his Zekrom, take my electric move, but instead I call the switch. I use Thunder Wave, so paralyze this guy. Now I know I can outspeed him with pretty much anything. So I don't really can't really do anything against Zekrom. So I just flash him out just to lower his accuracy. But it doesn't really. It'll help later, but not this turn. Cause I get hit by that fusion bolt. No, I switch because I can't really do anything. Switch out to my dragon. So because I think I can use the dragon type. So he's paralyzed. So I thought I could outspeed him, but no, I don't outspeed him. He outspeeds me, and I take some heavy damage, and then I get paralyzed too. And I'm like, oh, no, really can't outspeed him. But he gets parahax right here, which is good. Well, I'll just send out a dragon breath. Not very strong, but it does a pretty good amount of damage because we're both dragons and we're weak against dragon moves. And he gets parahax again, which is awesome. So I'm like, yes, I can kill him off. And there we go. My dragon takes this out of his dragon, which is awesome. He sends back out his Caracosta. I switch out. Go into my water type to take a water move, is what I'm predicting. But he doesn't. He uses a ground move, which does some damage. And then he gets a critical hit. And I got a speed drop. So, yeah. And then I just surf just to do some damage. Get some damage off on that Caracosta there. Because my thing can't live very long, but actually does a lot of damage. But he lives with sturdy, so I'm like, oh, I would have knocked it out. But it lives with sturdy, and it can, yeah, it counterattacks me, and I go down. Set up my stripes because I know I cannot speed him, and I do. And he just lets his Caracosta die because there's nothing really he can do. He just lets it die with, yeah. We can switch in safely. Since that was grass type, superior because he can take some electric moves. But I thunder wave it, so I can outspeed it later. Because superior is pretty fast. So is my Zivshika, but I don't want to take a chance. I want to outspeed it. And he takes some HP from me. I'm like, oh, okay. But I surprised him here with that flame charge. Yeah. That does some damage, but it doesn't really do too much. But I get a speed raise. So I know I can really outspeed him now, but yeah. Yeah, it goes down because it doesn't really have a lot of defense really. It doesn't have a lot of HP left either. Send out my dragon again. Fire. So I pretty much take it out here with my signature move. And I'm not going to outspeed him because it's paralyzed. And he sent back out to Simipour. And I switch out again. And I finally send out my last Pokemon, which is this Haxorus. And I know it can't really do anything to me. I'm expecting a water move. And yeah, that doesn't do too much damage. And this is right here. He digs, which is good for me because I take this opportunity. Well, I don't take it. I'll take it later, but I set up a Dragon Dance here. Didn't know he's dig, but he digs, and now that I know my attack and speed goes up, well, now I know that speed goes up, I now speed him, so I do another Dragon Dance because I can't really hit him if he's underground. So I do another Dragon Dance just to try to set up a late game sweep here, and the dig hits me with the dig, and it does all right. It is not too bad. I'm still live. So now I send out my Dragon Claw to knock him out. Send back out Unpheasant. And I got +2 attack and +2 speed, so I know I can outspeed pretty much anything. So I just hit it with the Dragon Claw. And that takes it out. And he sends out Darmanitan here. I think this is his last Pokemon. So I Dragon Claw that thing too, man. That thing's already had like half HP. So take it down and yeah. Well, critical hit. But yeah, well, I get hit by a Rocky Helmet. But good thing I saw plenty of HP to live by. And that's game.